In this video, we'll have a mini physics lesson to help understand the difference between mass and density, and how it relates to our dynamic coins to making them fall more how like they would in real life. So first, let's get rid of this funnel here. We're just gonna click these stoplight buttons here to get rid of the visibility in our viewport. And we're gonna navigate to our dynamics tag on our coin. And we're gonna go to the mass tab. So you have a few options under the Use tab. You have World Density, Custom Density, and Custom Mass, where you can define either the mass or the density. It helps to understand the differences between the two properties as it relates to Cinema 4D's dynamics engine. So say you have 1 pound of gold and 1 pound of aluminum. They both contain the same mass, 1 pound, but it takes a lot more aluminum to get to 1 pound of gold. So the mass is much more dense in the gold, and the volume is much smaller. So mass is a measurement of the amount of an object. Density is measured by how much mass is packed into that object. In the case of how mass and density work in Cinema 4D, by default, a density of 1 assigns a mass of 1 to a cube with a length of about 100 centimeters. So what we need to do is adjust this because we want to set the mass independently from the size of the object, because coins, while small, are heavy because of how dense they are. So let's go and choose a custom mass and set it pretty high, say about 5,000. Now let's talk about rotational mass. The Use Custom Mass only applies to linear movement, so we also need to adjust the rotational mass to a higher value as well. The higher the value, the harder it is for the object to be rotated. So let's go with 150. So let's hit play. So you can see our objects now appear heavier as they slam into the text on the floor. They feel like they hit with more of a thud, with less bouncing and less movement after the initial contact with the table or the text. So it's important when playing with dynamics in Cinema 4D that you really understand density and mass. With the wrong settings, an anvil can be treated like a feather, or vice versa, in the dynamic simulation.